Hello everyone, and welcome to a different kind of game, or welcome to a different kind of video right here. I know you guys have probably never seen me play this sort of game before, but, I figured it'd be pretty good since I just kind of wanted to hop on, make a quick video, and talk for a little. So, well, been interesting, because this year, or today, as of today, I'm now a year older than I was before. Today is my birthday, which is a little weird to talk about for like a online sort of thing, but I figured I'd just hop on this real quick and see how I feel. Like, well, you know, should probably make a jump back point, but yeah, as I was saying before, today is my birthday, and honestly, It, I thought it'd be fun to just sit down and take a little bit and just kind of document my feelings on it, as it were. And I'm getting notifications. Hold on. All right. Yeah. Honestly, I just wanted to document how I'm feeling right now, which is not bad, by the way. Like I've been saying and bouncing around with, I am now. You know what? I think I'm now older, at least by a year. And why am I being so secretive about about how old I am? Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. But yeah, um, I just figured I'd want to sit here and document how I'm feeling. Because honestly, honest, I didn't think this was where I was gonna end up. In life, I never really thought I was gonna end up here, of all things, recording for you guys. Not to say that I really knew where I was going, because in all honesty, I really fucking don't. I still don't. Like, it feels funny underplaying it right now, but I genuinely really have no idea where I'm gonna be going in life. But right now, I don't think I'm in a bad spot, so there you go. Ouch. Um, let's switch things up to a more relaxed spot. It's weird to kind of like try and hop on and kind of document these sort of things. You know, like, honestly, to a degree, I am very happy with where I am and I wouldn't change it for anything. But it also feels kind of sad because I look and I have a lot of open spaces in my life. It's not that I'm upset that I have like not a lot of friends. And in fact, I kind of like it more, if I'm being completely honest, because I feel bad neglecting people. But even then, I've just never been really good at maintaining friendships too well. And I think that's just it. I try a lot, and sometimes it just doesn't work out because to a degree, I think I have a bit of a hard time really expressing how I'm feeling, or more accurately, telling people that I the most important thing that I can tell them, that I do care about them and that I do want them around. It's weird to say that it's weird to say this even though I'm very, very small, if anything, of like, in all honesty, a bit of a nothing burger of a content creator. I really like doing YouTube. I really do. I'm not great at it by any margin. I'm not great. I feel like I'm getting better, and I feel like I'm getting more responsive towards the camera, but I still have my bad moments. There's some moments where I end up really great on camera, other parts, in my opinion. But I this isn't even a job, but I love this. So this is gonna be a bit more of a personal video. More for me than for you guys, but I do really appreciate it if you do take the time to watch it. And I hope, like, this connects to you in some sort of way as well. But throughout all of my life, I'd never really cared too much about what I had done. I had never really thought too much about anything like that. Like when I grew up, my dad always told me I need to play sport. And I didn't think too much of it. And I'm like, okay, I gotta play sport. And my dad was like, hey, you wanna my dad got me started on baseball because my brothers played baseball previously, and he decided, hey, I should play it too. And my sister played softball. But I played it because I thought it was fun. But in all honesty, I didn't really play it. I just my dad always tells me this, and I think it's really funny, and I think it's very silly, is that I really enjoyed being an outfielder because I could sit outside, or I could sit in the back and like um pick out flowers. While passed after that, and my siblings got into something called water polo. And honestly, I wasn't I wasn't too keen on playing water polo. I I like playing baseball, but my parents, whenever my sister decided she didn't want to play baseball or softball anymore, she wanted to play water polo too, like my two older brothers had. My parents literally sat me down and they're like, we we cannot be in two places that far apart from each other. So you're doing water polo now. And I just said okay. In all honesty, I didn't think too much of it because there's not what can, from my point of view, or from how I felt, what can I do besides just disagree like that, and they'll still have to do what they got to do because I have to play a sport for some reason. But anyway, I played water polo, and I was good at it. I was, honestly, I feel very egotistical saying it like this, but I was really good at it. I used to play. I was a set defender, in which case you guys don't know. There's like there's the goalie up top right here. Say this is like our side, or like my side if I was both the goalie and one of the players in the field. So this is where the goalie is. This is where the goal is, like right here. And then this is like where all the six main players are for one team. Technically there's 12 there. But you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then sets right in front of the goalie. I used to be set defender slash what would be point man because on an offensive break, you'd swim all the way down, and the people on top would drop to the bottom, and then the people on bottom, like 1, 5, and 6 or set, would be up top. So I would alternate doing that. And so for a while I did that because my sister was the goalie. Eventually, there came a time where my sister moved up because in the club that I went to, which was SoCal, because I live in Southern California, um, very prestigious club at the time. I've heard it's gone downhill since then. But yeah, back in the earlier stages of it, like it went all the way, I think, it was called like splash ball, then it went 10 unders, 12 and unders, 14, 16, 18. From I think 10 to 12, or yeah, from 10 to 12 and unders, it is co-ed, so you have both boys and girls playing on the same team. And so my sister was the goalie for the most part for the co-eds, and eventually whenever we swapped to being just all boys, I decided, hey, I want to try being a goalie. And so I decided to be a goalie. Which, honestly, a lot of work. A lot of work. So much work. Honestly, a lot of work. I wouldn't even consider it worth it work. But I put in the work for it, and I honestly became what I could consider a really good goalie. I don't know how great I was, but I was proud at what I was doing. I thought I was doing a great job, and I took pride in how good I was as a goalie. My decisions for being there, the only reason I chose to be there was because I was good at it, which that's no problem. If you want to do that, good on you. If you want to keep something because you're good at it, that's fair. That's what I did for like 12 years. So, like, I played it for a very long time. All the way up until, I think, my second year of college is when I played. Or is when I stopped. But, yeah, it was an experience, but if I were to choose, if I were to have had a choice back then, I wouldn't have done it. I honestly would not have done it. Am I grateful that I did it? Yes, I am. It led me to experiences that in my life, I don't think I will ever experience something, the exact same thing again. But it was quite literally a very prominent part of my life for a very long time. But yeah, eventually I got fed up with it. And then after that, I stopped going to college. And I started to just decide to work. I've gone to a bunch of different places. I've been a welder, I've worked in Parks and Rec, worked in fast food. Well, more accurately, restaurants, not like fast food like In-N-Out. But yeah, I've been to a bunch of different things. Well, not a bunch. I've been to a couple different jobs. There's a lot of people who've been out to harder jobs and more arduous jobs than I have. But yeah, at some point I had really, actually it wasn't at some point, it was honestly getting close to a year ago at this point. I think I started in October of 25, which is such a strange thing to say, that I started getting close to a year ago doing this, the same thing I've been doing. But in all honesty, the reason I decided to take the plunge on it is at that time I was sitting at home, no job. I had been trying so hard to get a job. I had been trying to get into public works and nothing had landed for me, and it was kind of soul-breaking, if I'm being completely honest. It was probably one of the, I wouldn't say lowest times in my life, because there's been times in my life that I've had very, very low points. And honestly, I don't feel comfortable sharing those things. So, yeah. I've had points. Needless to say, it wasn't the worst part. And there was a friend of mine who had started getting into streaming on Twitch, and that made me really decide, hey, I could do this stuff. Not to say that they're incapable of doing it, but I can do this. So why don't I? And so on one night, I just decided, I barely remember this because I know I was drunk at the time, but I was talking to one of my other friends, and she was talking about how he wanted to go do stuff, and I'm like, yeah, I can record for this. And I started looking into like recording software, OBS, all that stuff, and I just decided to go on into that. And I downloaded OBS and I got it all set up on my PC. I got it set up very shittily, honestly. It was not a great setup, and not to say that this is like way better, but like it's definitely leagues beyond how good I was back then. I have improved, I'd say, a lot for myself in a year, but oh my gosh. Anyway, I got started on it. I didn't know what I wanted to like record at first. I didn't know what I wanted to do for my playstyle, if I had any playstyle, and I decided, hey, you know what? I'm gonna record Cursed Halo, because I just downloaded it. I hadn't played it. Actually no, I had played it already by myself, and then I played it with my friend co-op. And I was like, hey, this might be an enjoyable game to do a playthrough for. And so I chose to do that, and lo and behold, as you guys can see, there is a Cursed Halo playthrough on my channel, and it is the very first playthrough of any game on this channel I've ever had. It's the very first set of videos I have on this channel. They're not great. If I'm being completely honest, they're not bad per se, but there's a lot of problems with them that I know are problems now, but I didn't know at the time. A prime example, double recording your audio, because when I set up OBS, I was an idiot. I'm gonna just say that flat out. I was dumb. I didn't know what I was doing, which was fair because I literally didn't know what I was doing. But, in that, for reference, uh, I would love to use it for, like, shorts and everything, just to, like, push it out farther to more people. But if you listen to it sometimes, you can hear double audio on it. And that annoys the crap out of me so much, the fact that there's double audio there. And it makes me lose my mind every time I hear it, because it's just like, oh, it doesn't sound great. Because it doesn't happen all the time, but it happens often enough on it that I'm just like, what are we doing, guys? Like, come on. And I didn't know why it was happening. Turns out I was recording from the same microphone twice on different different volumes. So you'd have one volume that is like slightly above the other, and it would create an echo effect, which if they were both the exact same volume, you would not hear that at all. You would not hear you would not hear double talk, because the audio, since it's synchronized, it wouldn't actually, like, you wouldn't be able to distinguish whether or not it was being said. At least I'm pretty sure you couldn't, because sometimes it showed up and sometimes it didn't. But yeah, it was such a different experience, and it was such, like, after that video, I had decided I want to keep doing more. After I had finished that, I literally started doing a video every single day. And that was such a crazy setup that I had for myself, because I am one man. I am a single man, and I had no idea what I was doing, but I wanted to do a video every single day of the week, including weekends. Or I think I excluded weekends. I think I had Saturday and Sunday off, but I did Monday to Friday like I was working a job. And it was rough, to say the least. It was rough, because there's sometimes I had really no idea what I was doing. I used CapCut initially for editing. Like I literally use CapCut for editing, which is like, that's such a bizarre thing. And I don't use it anymore, actually. I use DaVinci Resolve now, which is, in my opinion, I think it's way better. Is it harder on my PC? Absolutely, it's harder on my PC, but I'm fine with that. And yeah, honestly, the feeling of content creating is, for me, is kind of fucking weird. It's such a foreign experience that I've never had. Well, that's obviously what a foreign experience is, but it's so bizarre that, and I've never felt this way. I want to keep making more. I want to do more, and I want to understand more about OBS and this craft. And I try, and sometimes it works out, other times it really doesn't. So it's kind of a coin toss for me. But I don't know what else to say besides I really like it. I wouldn't trade doing this for anything. Not for love, not for success, nothing. I don't care if I really ever succeed in this. I don't care if I get millions or anything. I appreciate all that you guys do, all the viewers and everything. I appreciate every single one of you that comments on my videos, because I never hesitate to respond to you, even if there are points where you say some things that could be seen as mean. But I understand them, because, like, it's weird. It's so bizarre, because I want to keep doing this, and I don't think I'll ever get tired of it. And it's so I've never I think I've talked to my friends about this, and I think this is, like, entirely what passion feels like. I love doing this. It's no matter how like tired or exhausted I look at it, I still would not trade it for anything. I would not want to do this. Today's my birthday, and all I thought about was recording 2 more videos for next week. I already got this week's done and processed. They'll be coming out on time. I want to get cracking on next week. I was like, oh, I want to do that, but I'm like, no, I should take a break and take the day off. But lo and behold, here I am recording another video that's gonna go up today. Like, it. Oh my gosh, it is. I. I've never. I said this before, but I've never felt anything like this before. Just this overwhelming desire to just keep pushing on it, to keep bettering myself at it, to just keep going. And in all honesty, sometimes it's what gets me through a day. Because sometimes I'll get home exhausted. I'll have very rough days at work with customers, and I'll just want to go home, and I want to just crawl in bed and not do anything. But instead, I get up on Monday and Friday, I do my workouts, then I record a video, get that all set up, and I think 9 times out of 10, I've always been in a better headspace after recording. I've always felt like way better after having recorded a video. And it's it feels so I'm getting like I feel like I'm tearing up, but I feel like I'm also just getting hysterical about it because it's hard to describe that I've literally never felt this feeling in my life. I've never felt something like this for anything. And it's such a strange feeling, but it's such a fantastic feeling that I hope to God that every single one of you in life gets to experience this feeling. Because it's so good. It's great. It it's such a different feeling, and it feels so good, and it feels hard at times, but that hardness is what really pushes you to keep going, because you want to finish it. You want to see the other side of it. And I remember it's funny because not even a long time ago, several years ago, one of the I would say kind of big inspirations I have for this is Markiplier, which is kind of an obvious one because like I grew up watching him as a kid. He's one of my favorite YouTubers like of all time. But like I never understood what he meant when he talked about making the movie and making videos and how hard it was sometimes because you have to I understand what he means. You have to really love this thing. You have to love what you're doing in the deepest recesses of your own heart and your soul to want to keep doing something like this. Because if it never doesn't hurt. It always hurts when you push something out that you think is great, that you think is like gonna do so good, or you really put your heart into it, and it doesn't go, it doesn't do good at best, or at worst people decide to tell you that it's horrible, or that you did a terrible job at it, or that what you did or what you said was like literally the worst take you could have ever done in your life. And that sort of heartbreak is I think I've only ever experienced one comment that wasn't like supportive or like giving suggestions or like just talking to me. And in all honesty, I'm gonna point it out because it was in one of my shorts videos, and my shorts videos were just a way of me pushing myself out more, but also to get used to like short form content, which I rarely do. A guy said, I think it was something on the lines of like, you should stop doing this because you're not good at it. Or like, and in all honesty, I looked at that And there's part of me that's like, yeah, you're right. I'm not good at this. I'm not good at this at all. I have no idea what I'm doing for this half the time. Sure, I have an idea of what I want to record that day or what I have set up as my itinerary. And thank God I have that, and I don't have any other people that are relying on me to have like a very good plan for this, because part of me in the future, I really want to have like an editor or something like that. But I feel like I don't know if I've developed a distinguishable enough style of my videos for me to even consider hiring an editor. Not to mention the fact that I'm not making any money on this whatsoever. If I was making money on this as like a side job or something, then I would consider hiring an editor. But it's hard to pay out of my own pocket with the job that I have over something that's strictly my own passion. And I understand people really have their own passion for editing, or they don't feel personable enough or anything to like want to make your own content, but you'd rather edit someone else's if you think they're good. But it's if that's I couldn't throw someone into this to be like, hey, here's my style, or hey, here's the videos, do my style, do what you think my style is. And honestly, I don't want to do that. I want to be good enough at editing that I know what I'm doing, and I can either A, help my editor with what they need, or just be able to continue editing on my own, which I have. I've been talking a lot, honestly. I'm surprised this has been this long. This is just me ranting and everything. But honestly, it's a little bit would I say cathartic? I think cathartic's the word I'd want to use for it. I don't know. You guys in the comments, if you're there, leave me a sentence saying that I'm using cathartic incorrectly, and I'll definitely read it and respond to it. Yeah, I'm not the best, but I'd like to hope I'm not like the worst at it. I think I have very good moments, and I think I have very poor moments when it comes to editing. Okay, you wanna know, okay, this is a side thing. You wanna know what pisses me off so much? I don't know how much you guys will believe this, but I have a very strong sense of integrity. Like, if I do not think a video is good enough to go out, even though it's a scheduled video of the week, I will just scrap it and then work on something else. A prime example, me and my friends were going to do drunk sparrow racing, and there were a bunch of funny points in it. There's a bunch of funny things that were said. But what happened was, whenever I recorded it, my audio, or the audio from my friends in the Discord call, baked into my game audio instead of my webcam, or just as a separate audio itself. So what happened was, every single time you'd hear the game and everything, and I turned on music for it, so it wasn't just completely background with just us, no background music with us talking. It was them talking at a decent volume and then just blaring music. Made it almost impossible to hear them. And there was no way I could salvage that video. And I looked at that and I'm like, I don't want to push this out. I still have I think the worst video I've ever made, and I keep it there as a reminder for myself to never make a video like that, is The Forest. Is the video I have for me in the forest. Like, that would have been such a good video had I taken the time to edit it properly. Instead, I freaked out about timelines and then just decided, oh, the video's fine as it is. Slapped it out on its way. And I will, honestly, I will never forget that. I will never forget that video, because that is the one time in my life for this channel that I've compromised on my own I wouldn't say beliefs, on on my own integrity. I will, in my mind, I will never live that down, and I will always use that as a reminder that I can always make, if I do not think a video is the best that a video I made is the best that I can make of my ability, my own current abilities, I will not push it out. Even if I spend even if I spend hours upon hours recording it, I will not send it out unless I think it's the best that I can do. The only, even if you look at one of my Deltarune chapters, I lost the footage for it. I normally split it up between gameplay and facecam, so I have one for facecam and one for video. So I could swap between like, hey, here's my facecam wider, or like, here's the video itself just without me in it. I could do that, but I lost the footage for the game alone, and I was freaking out that night because I couldn't find the footage anywhere. I guess whenever I was clearing out files, I accidentally deleted it. However, the actual gameplay itself was still there with my face cam baked into it. And not to say my audio was bad, my audio was actually fine enough on it. But yeah, I got it done. I recorded it, made it as good as I could be. I even apologized inside the actual, inside the, not comment section, inside the description. And it, I refused to, I did the best I could with that video. I think that was to my best abilities, and I did not want to record another chapter or redo that chapter, not because it wasn't a bad chapter, but it'd make my reactions look less or more disingenuous, even though I had played it before. I wanted you guys to get the reaction I had of playing it after I haven't played it in a while. So there's that. And honestly, I think I've gone on longer than I really intended to or needed to. So to wrap it up, happy birthday for me. Big bonus point or big main points. Cherish the people you have in life. Please, even if you're not good at communicating, even if it's hard for you, or you feel like you genuinely can't do it, please try your hardest to communicate to someone, to anyone, to any people that are important to you, that you care about them, that they're loved, that you appreciate them, no matter what they do, except for no matter anything. Just make sure you tell them you appreciate them for what they do, or anything what I just said. Because you'll never know how much of a long way that really goes for someone. And guys, if you could just, I hope you guys find this feeling that I have. I genuinely do. I don't know who you are beyond the screen. I don't know who you are behind the comment section. I truly don't know who you are as a person. But I could say with all my heart that I love this. I love what I do. And I hope you guys can experience the same feeling. It might not be the exact same, but I hope you experience it all the same. And I like the video, comment too if you guys want to say anything, or if you guys are just needing to talk to anyone. I'm right here. I'll be up for a little bit, for a good while longer. I don't know how long it'll take for me to edit and upload this. It shouldn't be too bad. But yeah. I'm older. I'm a year older. So, I'm gonna wrap this all neatly up in a bow. I do hope you guys enjoyed this video. And as always, I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.